Okay, we live. We live. Give me like 1 minute. I want to make sure that everything is working properly. I want to let people know I'm live everywhere else. I mean, we going to get started. But as you can see by the title, man, we talking about loneliness and how that can be dangerous for you when you on your purpose, on your journey as a single man. That's what we talking about today, and how you can avoid them feelings of loneliness because it can get dangerous. So I'm just making sure everything's working properly, and then we gonna get started, man. Y'all bear with me. All right, making sure we up there, everything looking good. Everything just moving slow as hell. It took me a couple tries to get into the StreamYard lobby and everything. All right, I'm just gonna assume we good, man, because my phone just moving slow. Let me see. Okay. Well, first and foremost, man, welcome back to another live ZG33. Man, this kind of what we're getting into now because I'm starting to see, based on my video avoiding the unhappy and the unlucky, uh that video is doing pretty well, and a lot of people, the comments, people are saying they needed that. So I want to keep expanding on those type of topics, man, for anybody who's needing help with that. And we just gonna build a community here, and we all gonna talk about it together. I'm gonna eventually drop the link for y'all to join if y'all do want to join, but I'm gonna talk about a few points first, and then if anybody's in here and then they want to join and they want to chime in or talk about their experiences with what I'm talking about, then we gonna go ahead and let that happen. I'm gonna drop the link now, but I'm not gonna bring anybody in just yet. So you're gonna drop this link. All right. Now, if my slow ass phone will let me know if I'm live, yeah, I just seen it. Okay, we good. We good. So we gonna get started with it, man. Like I said, we're talking about how if you allow yourself to become lonely, it can get dangerous when you on your journey and you on your purpose as a single man. You know what I'm saying? So the most dangerous part about that is you allow yourself to become lonely because you haven't done the work yet on yourself. You have to make sure you whole within yourself. You got to make sure you love. It sounds really cliche, but you have to love and respect yourself, because when you love and respect yourself, there are things you will and won't allow. When you love and respect yourself, let me do my green screen because this look tacky. But when you love and respect yourself, man, you allow you allow anything to happen to you. You allow anything to come into your life. You know, there we go. Had to get my green screen cracking. But when you love and respect yourself, man, there are things you will and won't allow. You have standards about yourself when you learn to love and respect yourself. And that is something you cannot do when you're in the presence of somebody else. That's something that you have to do while you're single. So I don't know what anybody believes in, bro, but I believe things happen when they are supposed to happen. So if you are going through a lonely stage in your life, then you right in that period of time, that is a blessing because it is allowing you to do the work that you need to do before you can be with somebody else. You need to become whole as yourself before you can be with somebody else, because what you're going to do is, if you're not, when you get into a relationship with somebody, you're going to project all the insecurities, all the trauma that you've been through, all the baggage that you have onto that other person because you haven't got past that yet. So you have to deal with that on your own. I learned that going through periods of isolation where I was isolated from everybody. I was isolated from my own friends. I was all by myself. That's when I did the most work, when I did the most healing, because I had to sit there and be with myself. And I got to learn who I am. And I got to learn why I did the things I did. And that was where I had the biggest transformations in my life. So you got to understand that. I got my little notes right here, you know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, you got to love and respect yourself. You have standards for yourself and the people around you when you know yourself, love yourself, and respect yourself. But don't allow yourself to become desperate. That's the problem. When you get lonely, you're allowing yourself to become desperate. When you get lonely and you by yourself, you're like, man, I just wanna be with somebody. I just wanna be around somebody, man. I'm lonely. Da 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 da. Then you'll go for anything. You don't want to go searching. You want things to come to you. Now, we talked about that in my last live. There can be distractions sent your way when you're on your journey. So that's the main purpose about you learning on your own and learning who you are and learning your standards and learning boundaries, because things can be sent your way that can distract you, and you have to have the discernment to be able to tell, is this a distraction or is this something that can complement me on my journey? You got to know that. So when I got a quote, I think it came to me, bro. I don't even know if I heard it from somewhere, but I say, in a state of desperation, you are fertile soil for the seed of manipulation. And what that means is when you allow yourself to become desperate, you allow your fertile soil for somebody to come in and plant their seeds of manipulation in you. So you can't let people come into your life when you're desperate, because you're willing to accept anything because you feel so lonely. But that one thing you need to understand is that feeling of loneliness isn't you needing to go find somebody else to complete you. It's you needing to complete yourself within yourself. You need to find yourself. You need to connect to your higher self and become one with yourself. That's what that is. That's why you feel lonely, because you're neglecting yourself. You feel lonely when you are neglecting yourself. You're not that's when I feel my most messed up. When I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel great right now because I'm getting on here and I'm speaking to y'all and I'm talking about this. I'm moving, you know. I love, like, I just got back working out in the gym hard. My body is sore. I love the way that feel because I know, man, I'm growing. You growing through that pain. So that's very important right there. You got to understand, man. You got to understand loneliness can become dangerous if it is unchecked and you don't understand why you feel that way. You got to you gotta do the work, man. And that's another thing right there. A lot of people say do the work. Well, there's people out there who don't know what that work is. So it leads a lot of people to be lost and led astray because they hear people saying do the work. Well, what is the work? I don't know what the work is, but you gotta doing the work. This is just from my experience. I can't say for everybody else, but for me, what I did to help myself get a little bit better, I started meditating, bro. And in these meditations, it's almost like I would just close my eyes and I would go back and I will reflect on my life. I will reflect on my life. I will reflect on things that made me act a certain way. I will reflect on things that I knew was the root of some of my negative and toxic behaviors. So that's what people mean by do the work. Partially. That's not all of the work. You have to figure out where your weaknesses are too. Wherever your weaknesses are too, those are the places you need to do the work. So if you're not disciplined, doing the work can mean I need to start uh I need to start doing things that are going to help me build my discipline. You know, whether it's going to the gym waking up early. It's different for everybody, because there could be some people who you already have a regimen in the gym, but you're not disciplined when it comes to doing what you need to do outside of that. That's been me before when I was younger. The gym was nothing. I played sports when I was younger, so working out was just, that was life. But everything else that was going on in my life, I had no discipline. So when people are saying do the work, do your shadow work, when you're on your own, that's what that means, bro. And bro, there are things you can only heal from there. You have to do this when you're by yourself. It's I'm not gonna say it's not possible, but it is very difficult for you to reach certain levels of healing and reach certain levels of understanding within yourself when you're with somebody else, because they're constantly distracting. You guys are building something together. You guys are, it's almost like a half and half thing, especially when you're not there yet and that person is not there yet. So I want you to understand, man, this ain't no bashing channel. I'm not doing no bashing, but what we talking about is what you got to do on your own. I'm not out here bashing relationships. I'm not here to do none of that. But what I'm saying is, bro, for anything to work, you got to know who you are, and you got to be you. You got to be secure within yourself. You got to, and like I say, that a lot of people just kick off these terms, and it sounds so cliche when people say love yourself, because people say these things without no understanding of what that means. You got to love yourself and respect yourself, so you won't compromise yourself. Because if you don't love yourself and respect yourself, you'll allow people to walk all over you. So that's what you, and when you begin to love yourself and respect yourself, you know who you are as a person, and you value yourself, and you know what you bring to the table. So people can't do that to you. So if somebody comes into your life and they try to walk all over you, you're gonna be like, wait, hold on. I don't know why you're trying to walk all over me when I'm doing this for you and this for you and this for you. So you'll begin to understand they need to do some work. I need to create space from you so you can grow. You know what I'm saying? That's that's a big thing right there. So I'm gonna take a little pause, man. Take a little pause real quick. Get in my notes. All right. Another thing pertaining to the loneliness. This is all relative. All of this has to do with how you're gonna respond to being quote unquote lonely. If you feel lonely, bro. I've been in a relationship, got out the relationship, bro. But I understand how much of a distraction a relationship could be when you're a go getter and you're grinding and you're trying to get on your journey. And I remember doing that before. I know how hard I go when I'm by myself. Distraction relationships sometimes it's too much pleasure, it's too much distraction. But like I was saying, you never, for people who get in that lonely feeling, bro, you never know how close things are. Nothing is too far away from you pertaining to this YouTube thing. I remember when I seen for you to get monetized, you got to get 4,000 watch hours, man. I had posted a video that got me over halfway to my 4,000 watch hours. I remember when I was at like 100 watch hours. It seems so far away, but you never know how things can happen. So don't allow yourself to feel lonely. Everything happens in due time. You have to change your perspective. If your perspective is I'm by myself, this sucks, of course you're going to feel lonely. You should say, I have time right now to work on me, because it's going to be a little bit harder for you to stay focused if you don't understand boundaries when somebody comes into your life and now they're taking all your attention away from you. So being like I said, loneliness can become dangerous if you allow yourself to think like that. You can't ever think I'm by myself. You have to appreciate the time that you have by yourself. You have to appreciate being alone, bro. You got to be you every soldier got to go on his solo journey and discover who they are. You know what I'm saying? Deep down. You can't be so attached to other people. Loneliness has its benefits. It's son the great. Let me see. Show the comment. Loneliness has its benefits. We just have to prioritize. Now, I attribute the word loneliness to feeling lonely and by yourself. So I see what you're saying by loneliness has its benefits, but I don't think loneliness is necessarily the good thing. Like loneliness is like, oh, I'm lonely. I want to be around somebody. But isolation, isolating yourself and working on yourself, yeah, that's how you got to look at it. You can't look at it like, oh, I'm lonely. You know what I'm saying? I like living that. I like having time to myself, right? You know, because I can think clear. It's about what I need to do. It's about what I need to focus on. I can spend my time in self-reflection a lot more without other people outside of me distracting me, without other people outside of me needing all this, all my support. Like I was saying in the video that I had about avoiding the unhappy and the unlucky. As bad as it can sound and as kind of harsh as it sounds, bro, you can't be around people who need your constant attention and need you to be a pacifier to them, because that drains you and it drains your creative energy. You know, when your mind, your mind, the way it works, your mind, the way it works, it's weird, man. It's weird how easily we can be drained. It's weird how easily you can be distracted to the point where you don't even realize that something is distracting you. So, and that's the thing. A lot of times, man, you need to get in your groove before anybody can come into your life. You'll probably, if you're out here looking for somebody, you will probably find them going and getting out of your comfort zone and doing something that you need to do to grow. So whatever it is that you're looking for, you may find that in bettering yourself. So that's why it's super important to step out your comfort zone. It's super important to do your shadow work and do your healing. And if you're at a point where you haven't heard me speak about that, I spoke about that earlier. When people are saying these words like do the work, shadow work, healing, and everything like that, I broke that down because, like I said, a lot of people, they say these things. They say, "Oh, do the work." You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know what do the work means. So remember, you got to go within your mind and say, why do I have these issues? You need to be able to learn from yourself. Everything that you do, you need to be able to reflect on it and learn, why did I do that? If somebody makes you mad, why did that make me mad? Because it's all deep rooted in something that's happened in your life previously. It's all deep rooted in something that's happened in your life previously. The reason I get mad at people for certain things is because of something that probably happened previously in my life. The reason I act out in certain ways is because of something that's happened previously in my life. The way I may treat females could be something that's happened previously in my life. So for me to, if I get sent a good situation, I could mess that situation up, not having healed from all those things. So when you're by yourself, that's what you need to do. You need to do all the healing from those past situations, or healing, or getting rid of your bad habits. That's like, if you haven't reached a point in your life where you're successful yet, it's because you may have not created the good habits with money. If you were to get money right this second and you haven't created the good habits, you're going to mess up that situation. So you should be glad you don't have the money yet, because it's going to hurt twice as bad when you get the money and you lose the money, because you didn't have the proper habits to save it, invest it, and grow it. So you want to go through this. You want to go through the rough part, the difficult parts. You know, and that's another thing I've learned. You're going to keep repeating that lesson until you learn it. So I don't care. You could be 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50-year old, 60-year old. But you could really still be 20 years old because you're still in the same loop, still learning the same lesson over and over and over and over and over. Not learning the same lesson, but repeating the same lesson over and over again until you get it. So sometimes you can be stuck in a loop because you haven't figured out the lesson yet. You see it all the time. Like once I realized that loop thing, it really helped me to stop. eat, energy, attention, and time. Yes, sir. That loop thing is something crazy. I've seen myself do it with money. I come up on some money, mess it up, come up on some money, mess it up. Until then, I started realizing, hold on, I come up on some money, let me save it. Let me put some money here. Let me put some money here. Let me invest some money here. You know what I'm saying? Let me make some wise decisions. Let me slow down with the money a little bit. And then let me not celebrate when I get some money immediately. Let's keep the show going. Like it's not time to celebrate just because I did a little something because I really haven't done nothing yet. I had to realize that. So this all ties in to why loneliness can be dangerous, because feeling lonely is almost a fault in the mindset. Because as a man, I understand everybody needs companionship, but as a man, there's things that we got to just go through. There's things we got to go through, and there's things that we gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to be a high achieving individual, you can't just be out here, goofy. We got to learn our lessons. So loneliness, don't think of a period of isolation as a bad thing. Say, you know what? I'm going to use this time while nobody's looking at me. This is what I love about it. Nobody's looking at you or paying attention to you. So you can make all the mistakes you want to make without anybody watching it. You can go through your ups and downs without anybody seeing it. You can try new things without anybody worrying about what you're doing. So it's a beautiful thing. And then when people do come into your life, man, you're going to be solid. You're going to be cold. You're going to be something serious. So being by yourself, that's the thing. 5 years ago, you could have been somebody, oh, this motherfucker ain't shit. But then they meet you 5 years down the road, man. You something serious. You cold. You on top of your game. Everything. You've leveled yourself up. You a whole different person. So it's good to be by yourself. And that's the thing, man. You take care of yourself out here. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever it is, man. It don't matter what age you are when you hit your stride. I'm 27. People be thinking I'm like 20, 19, stuff like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I feel young. And that's what it's about, man. Because, time an illusion, bro. Time an illusion. So, with time being an illusion, you get caught in them loops, not learning them lessons, man. You're gonna be the same age forever. You're not gonna actually grow. I mean, there's 20-year-old, 50-year-olds out here, and there's 50-year-old, 20-year-olds out here. If you know, positive versus negative traits we have all learned. Is that a question? Or were you just commenting on something I said? Is that a question? I gotta know. I'll answer it if that's a question. I'm not sure if that's a question or not. Well, until you answer, I'm gonna go ahead on that. Yeah, positive versus negative traits we've all learned. We've picked up things along the way because read, exercising, and stay learning always. Comments. Facts. But yeah, like, okay, this is what I'm gonna say. This one thing I'm gonna say, and I'm trying to keep my lives at 30 minutes because anybody who watches after the live video gets posted, man, you know how a lot of people have short attention spans. Most people are not about to watch no 30-minute video, man. But so I'm gonna try to chop my videos up too and repost them in like, 2 to 5 minute segments so people can digest it better. But I want to speak on unlearning things too. Sometimes you have to unlearn old things because you could have faults in your mindset that's messing you up from making growth. You could have, bruh, and I don't want to isolate this because everybody does this, but think about even, being a dark-skinned individual in America, growing up, there's certain things that we learn that we've had to unlearn. And you can see it with the rise of a lot of the content on YouTube pertaining to financial stuff. We've learned a lot of the wrong things. Like a lot of people weren't really hip to saving money. A lot of people weren't hip to investing money. A lot of people weren't hip to the stock market. A lot of people weren't hip to different type of investments. We had to unlearn our old ways of thinking and get hip to what is going on now. A lot of people are getting hip to cryptocurrency. A lot of people are getting hip to real estate. So we had to unlearn the whole we get money and go spend it on liabilities versus we get money and invest them into assets. You have to unlearn old ways of thinking. So there, like there old ways of thinking pertaining to what we're talking about with the loneliness thing. Some people say, I need a partner to complete me. No, I believe that is a fault in our thinking too. You don't need a partner to complete you. You need a partner to complement you. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I said. I hope, bro. I be hoping when I get these little quotes in my head that it do be me, because I don't be want to claim no quote that ain't mine. But when it comes to relationship, a female shouldn't be a necessity. A female should be an accessory, bro. You shouldn't need her, bro. It's an accessory. It's not a necessity to me. It's an accessory to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset you should have. Whether or not she is in your life should not be detrimental to you, to your mental health or anything like that. You need to be a one-man show. I'm not saying one-man show as in you don't have relationships, with other people, business relationships, stuff like that, but you need to be solid. You need to be solid. I'm good. I'm good. I'm focused on what I'm doing, man. Everything else, and that's another thing. You stay busy. Stay busy. You shouldn't. The only time you get to feeling lonely is when you lay down in that bed, maybe for the time before you hit the bed and the time you go to sleep. Maybe you feel lonely then, but during the day, you shouldn't allow yourself to sulk and sink into loneliness because you should be busy. I don't got time to think about nothing like that right now because I'm trying to get this game to y'all. After I get up off here, I ain't gonna lie, I was watching that 1090 Jake live. He live on the Fresh and Fit. I like 1090 Jake, so I'm probably gonna tap into that. And then I'm about to cook me some food, and I'm about to exercise, man. And then I gotta see what's cracking in this Discord I'm in that's pertaining to crypto, man. I got stuff to do. Man. So stay busy. Pick up new things. If you're somebody who doesn't do much, man, start working out. And this is something I do because I used to be very heavy into exercise. I used to be in the gym. Like I was always like one of the more serious people in the gym, like one of the better physiques in the gym. So it's kind of uncomfortable for me to get back into the gym after I know I done slimmed down a lot. It's just an insecurity, you know what I'm saying? So I go at night, or I go when people aren't there. Do things like that, or buy you some equipment and work out at home until you feel comfortable. But don't allow yourself to feel lonely because you're doing nothing. Get busy. Do some work. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you want out of life, man, write it down. Write it down and then make you a plan and stick to that plan. That's what I'm on with this, man. I'm on here. I'm getting on live. I'm also shooting my little short videos. Everything like that, man. I'm sticking to my plan. And hold yourself accountable, man. Get on. A lot of people don't get on YouTube, get on TikTok, whatever it is, man, and hold yourself accountable. Create you a community, and y'all all hold each other accountable. That's what we're doing here. Man. That's what we're gonna start doing on these lives. Once it start growing and growing and growing, we're gonna get on here and we're gonna talk. We're gonna hold each other accountable, man. We're gonna make little things to do. Hey, did you do this week? Did you do this week? You know what I'm saying? Making sure we getting in the gym. Make sure we eating right. Make sure, we on our money grind. That's what we doing. And you can also create you a channel just holding yourself accountable. Hey, look, this is what I'm doing, man. I'm going to the gym. I'm doing this. I'm doing that, man. Me and my frequent guests on here, Jabari, Everything Sucks, Dondro209. We hold each other accountable with our YouTube grind. We both go live on each other's channel. Oh, you just dropped a video. I got to drop a video now. You know what I'm saying? You got to find people to hold you accountable. These are the type of people that you want in your life. But you can also hold people. You can also join communities to hold you accountable, man. There's so many different ways now. There's so many different ways now. But I'm gonna wrap it up with that, man. I'm gonna wrap it up with that. We at the 30-minute mark. I appreciate everybody who joined and tuned in. Ace on the Great. I appreciate all the comments. Y'all stay tapped in. Y'all stay tuned in, man. And I'm gonna go live again on Sunday. And I'll probably have some more videos dropping next week too. So that's it for this one. ZayG33. Y'all share the content to anybody who needs it. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the drill, man. Y'all know the drill. Go back on my old videos too. I got a lot of old videos. If you're new to my channel, I got a lot of old videos that you might be able to find some value in. I'm also about to start doing more on TikTok. Go follow me on TikTok. And that's all, man. ZayG33. I'm out of here. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay up, stay on y'all grind, man.